Hello, my wolf pack. It is Wolfmaster, and I am back for another Cardfight Vanguard deck profile. My Murakumo deck has gotten the 4 likes I asked for. Thanks a lot. I want to thank you all for your support. I just love the fact I have 14 subscribers right now. I just feel good about this channel. And today I'm going to be showing my Dark Irregulars deck, which is called Solomon's Curse. Now, the reason I call it that is because, now, I watch a little bit of Future Card Buddy Fight, and I learned about the Solomon 72 Pillar Monsters, and I saw what they were based off of. So, yeah, and since one of the cards in here is named after one of those monsters, I figured, Solomon's Curse. Alright, so yeah, the basic theme of this deck is Soul Charge, Soul Charge, Soul Charge. That way you can power up your Vanguard or the rear guards with the Break Ride. Right, but yeah, let's get into this deck. I'm going to start with grade 0. So first, my starter, Greedy Hand. With its skill, you can counterblast 1, place it from the rear guard into the soul, and then choose a grade 2 or lower Dark Irregular from your deck and place it into the soul. So that comes in handy with a lot of cards in here. And next up, the trigger units of the deck. Just give me a minute to get them all out here. Probably should have done it before the video, but whatever. 4, Amon's Follower, Cruel Hand. Critical Trigger, not much to say about him. And 4, Dark Knight of Nightmare Land, which has an ability where you can send him from the rear guard to the soul and give 3,000 power to the Dark Irregular unit of your choice. So you can add it to your Vanguard or one of the rear guards. Yeah, I like running 8 critical triggers in the deck. I'm not a fan of stand triggers. Next up, 4, Hysteric Shirley, which is a draw trigger. With its skill, you can send it from the rear guard to the soul, and then soul charge 1. And finally, 4 heal triggers. Amon's Follower, Hell's Trick. Now, let's just say about that, every card fighter knows how important the heal trigger is. You don't put one in the deck, the heal trigger's like, hey, you forgot something! Alright, and that's my grade 0s. And now we are going on to the grade 1s of the deck. First up, 4 of the Perfect Guard, which is Amon's Follower, Vlad Specula. Of course, you discard a Dark Irregular from your hand, and then it completely blocks the attack. And in case you were wondering, no, this is not a Amon-based deck. Well, not a all-Amon sub-clan deck. Alright, next up, 3, Alluring Succubus. With its skill, when it's placed onto the Vanguard circle or to the rear guard circle, you can soul charge 1 card. Excuse me. Next up, 3, Doreen the Thruster. With its skill, during your main phase, whenever a Dark Irregular unit is placed into the soul, this card gains an extra 3,000 power, and that's for each card. So, you soul charge enough, you got yourself one heck of a booster or one heck of an attacker on your hands. And lastly, for my grade 1s, this is probably one of the more important in the deck, and that is 4 Dimensional Creepers. Well, Dimension Creeper. I don't know why I added the null to it. Alright, with this card's ability, you can send this card from the soul to the drop zone, and then soul charge 2 cards. So, like, in the late game, you have a bunch of these in the soul, and you have Doreens on the field, plus the main card. You'll have yourself a really, really powerful formation here. Alright, that was it for the grade 1s. Now we're on to the grade 2s. First up is like one of my favorites of the deck, purely because I love its artwork. And 3, Gwyn the Ripper. With its skill, when it's placed onto the Vanguard circle or to the rearguard circle, you can counterblast 2 and choose one of your opponent's rearguards that are grade 2 or less, and then send it to the drop zone. So that helps by taking out your opponent's supporting units or taking out their units to intercept. Next up, 3, Emblem Master. With this card's ability, if it hits the opponent's Vanguard during an attack, either as the Vanguard or Rearguard, you can counterblast 1 card and soul charge 3 cards. So it's a very, very good card for the deck. And next up, 3, Blue Dust. With its skill, when its attack hits, then you can soul charge 1 card. And finally, these are just like an option for the deck, purely because I need like the soul charges a lot. So I run 2, Dark Soul Conductor. And if you don't know what he does, basically when he's sent from the Guardian Circle to the drop zone, you can soul charge 2 cards. So that applies whether you guard with it from your hand, or if you intercept from the field. And now for the grade 3s of the deck. And that is 4, King of Mass Dentarian, which is the Break Ride unit. Before I get into his Break Ride ability, his other ability is that when this Vanguard attacks, then you can soul charge 1 card, and then he gains 1,000 for the battle, but only if he attacks a Vanguard. Now for his Break Ride ability. When you ride a grade 3 Dark Irregular when a Dark Irregular rides this unit, then your Vanguard gets 10,000 power, and then you choose 3 of your rear guards. Then they gain 1,000 power for each card you have in the soul. And that's very good because this deck soul charges so much. Like, who knows, you can give like 3 rear guards an extra 10,000 power if you have 10 cards in the soul. And now the ace card of the deck, which is the boss card. 4, Demon Marquis Amon Reverse. With this card's limit break ability, then you can choose one of your Dark Irregular rear guards and lock it. You lock it down, and then he gets 1,000 power for each Dark Irregular unit you have in the soul, and if there's 6 or more in there, he gets +1 critical. Plus, and if there's a Demon World Marquis Amon in the soul, he gets 2,000 power, but I don't run the regular Amon in this deck, simply because, I feel like I don't really need that card that much. Like, my main focus is to just, like, go for Dantarian and then, combo those guys off. So yeah, guys, that is my Dark Irregulars deck. I hope you guys enjoy it. This deck is really good. If you play it right, the rear guard gets like so much power. And I have more decks now. I just finished my Shadow Paladin Revenger deck with the new Legion cards. And over Christmas, I got another Shadow Paladin deck which focuses on the Witch cards. And I am currently making my Great Nature deck. So yeah, if you guys want to see those deck profiles, just like this video, like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Become a member of the Wolf Pack today. So I will see you guys in the next video. Keep howling, my Wolf Pack.